Are you ready for your tour of UAF? Currently on the way to UAF as we speak. UAF in the distance. This will be your tobacco shop. Approached a red light. There will be a little delay before we reach UAF. Approach the main UAF. We will be having so much fun.
Can't drive in the area where you used to be able to drive. Edit it out.
I can't. There is Seidner's Hall. And there's the statue of a man. Who is this man, you ask? I don't know. Probably says on that
Probably
plaque.
Benel.
It says something.
It's a library.
Here's the library. That is where you will be reading. Sometimes, when you choose to read. Here's Signer's Hall again.
It's the admissions offices.
It is the admission offices. It says it right there on that sign. Then,
This is the Benel building.
here's the Benel building.
It's a really big auditorium.
There's a really big auditorium. And there's the flagpole. And yeah. And here is the post thing where you can like send off letters to me. And this sign says do not enter. I think we're gonna enter anyway.
Just a parking lot.
It was a parking lot. Where are we going now? This is the Commons. That is the Wickersham Hall. Now, we will be driving over here. This is the crazy part, like, entrance to it. So, I don't know how you're gonna figure out how to drive there. Speed limit is 20 right here, so I'd recommend going like 30. Yep.
You just need to see the power plant.
This is the power plant. I don't know if you'll be working there. You can see tall tower, big building. Now here's the backside of the Benel building. Looks pretty nice. This is the Charles E. Benel building main entrance. I don't think it's actually the main entrance.
That's the back entrance. This is the back, like we're on the very edge of the hill.
Now this looks really cool.
Look, there's a big drop off to your right.
And I don't know if you can see that there's a big drop off over there, so don't fall. Here's another cool building.
We're going around the backside.
I know, it's the backside. Just looks really nice. Here's your cool bridge.
Institute of Agriculture.
Brings you all the way down to the Intuitive Agriculture or something.
There's a parking lot down there. Backside of all those buildings we already looked at.
Look at this. So beautiful. You're gonna love it here, Eli. There's the weird bear. Yeah, so now.
This is the backside of all those buildings.
Backside of all the buildings.
We're gonna go down by the dorms now.
Now we're gonna go by the dorms. You'll be able to see all the dorms. Look at this cool building actually right there. Look at the walls.
That's the fire department.
That is the fire department.
And then the building on the left, this is the Wood Center. It's like the student hangout center.
Yep, this is the Wood Center, the student hangout center.
It's where the pub is, where the bowling alley is.
Has the pub and the bowling alley.
There's like a food court.
Here's some police cars. Be good and they won't bother you.
This is Stewart Hall. This is where I used to live.
Mom used to live in that small building.
Only for a little while.
Only for a little while.
And this is the big hill we gotta walk up to the dorms.
And this is the big hill that leads you up all the way to the dorms. So, prepare for a long walk. We're driving 20 right now. Speed limit is 20. We're good.
So this is the NBS complex on the left.
So
These are the freshman
this
dorms.
is the freshman dorms right here. So
Nope. These ones mostly.
those ones right there.
It's the NBS complex.
Yeah, the NBS complex right there. I honestly have no idea. It's like the Terry Moore Hall. Yeah, so this is where you'll be sleeping. Be careful who you choose to have invited over. Some people might be weird, but I mean, you're weird too, so it's okay.
And then we're gonna drive up towards the science facilities.
All right, then the science facilities are up ahead. Speed limit is still 20, so do not drive faster than 20. I don't know if you'll be driving, but we'll see.
I don't know which building this is.
This is a building. It's a mystery building. It looks like a nice building. It's the Reichardit building. So I don't know if you'll need to go in there, but that's good to know. And then, yeah, this just leads up there. Pretty view, lots of trees. And then here is the dome.
That's the museum.
I'm just kidding, it's a museum. It looks pretty cool though. It looks like it's an incomplete building, but
It's supposed to look like a glacier.
it looks like a glacier according to Mom. I think it looks like the Sydney Opera House. You got some greenhouses down there.
These are all the science facilities.
It's actually a science facility.
That's the biology.
So it is okay, it is a greenhouse. Got this cool black thing. I don't know if it serves a purpose, but it's a black thing.
I don't know what that is.
It's a black thing. There's a cool piece of metal. There's some more buildings back there.
These are all the
More science facilities everywhere. Science facilities. Science facilities. Speed limit is still 20. Be careful.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this is.
Look at that big thing. That's what they use to shoot the big laser beam on the Death Star.
It's the Geophysical Institute.
Look at that. That's gonna destroy the moon.
We're gonna pull in here from that with this car. I'm holding somebody up. So I'm driving really slow.
I'm driving 20. That's the speed limit. Alright, so there's the big golf ball of doom. Don't push it. It's not sturdy. It will fall off and probably could damage a lot of stuff. Yeah, cool trees. Nice lamppost. Oh, there's a big that's the bigger Death Star thing that they're working on way back there in the trees. And then that can like destroy like 5 planets if they're lined up. Yeah, so now this is stop sign, so you gotta stop here. There's a runner. I wonder if you'll meet that person. I don't know if you saw them.
There's a lot of people running. There's a lot of like trails and stuff.
Yeah. This is some pretty flowers. This is about Mars. I don't know why you would read that. This is Earth, Venus, Mercury,
The experimental farm fields.
the Sun, the experimental farm fields. Huge, vast farms. Look at those.
That's dirt.
Massive dirt piles. Now we got, this is Yukon Drive and Tanana.
This is the Yukon Drive lookout.
The Yukon Drive lookout.
There's a trail access or anything.
There's a trail access if you feel like walking and like excessively. We're hanging out,
We're gonna go back
doing
here.
drugs.
I don't think there's much back there.
All right, now we can get like a better look at the other Death Star killer ray, the big golf ball, the other Death Star killer ray, and then some cool bikers. I don't know. Do you like these people? They're like old. So you.
I don't think they liked you filming them.
I didn't film them. I was just putting the fun. Alright, anyways. Uh-oh, we went the wrong way. So that's a cool building. Better look at it. You see like cool art. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we're going anywhere else. Anything else that you need to see, Mom?
I was gonna go on the backside of campus, but they've rerouted it, so
Well,
I'm not really sure that. I think it's one-way traffic on the other way. Because it goes back to all like the family housing and everything, so they don't want tons of car traffic just wandering back there.
yeah.
So,
If you enjoyed this day's tour of UAF campus,
done yet.
signing off.
Driving too.
Here's a good view.
Smoky haze. Supposedly there's mountains over there.
Yeah, supposedly there's mountains over there. Sydney Opera House. Smoky haze. Sydney Opera House. Smoky haze. That sign. Trees. Mailbox. Just came out.
Student shuttle bus.
That is a student shuttle bus. If you're ever feeling really sick or not well, you can always just take that one.
Actually, it was an Alaska tour bus.
It was actually an Alaska tour bus. Mom lied.
So this is the Denali lookout point.
So yeah, supposedly you can see Denali from here. We don't see it because it's smoky. This says Wood River Butte. Yeah. So this is a UAF shuttle pickup spot. So yeah, if you ever aren't feeling well, just stop right there. You'll get picked up and drove into wherever you need to go. But I know you're stronger than that.
Just more student housing back there
More student housing back there.
for older kids.
For older kids. So not you.
MBS complex again.
Yep, that's where you'll be staying.
And then right here next to the sign is the path that goes down towards the dining facilities.
So yeah, there's a path that goes down to the dining facilities right here. So you'll walk down there. I don't know if you can see it pretty well, but I
it's a
can't.
death trap.
It is a death trap, so be careful going down there.
We'll get out and film. Can we get out and film?
Sure.
You can see how stupid it is.
We will be getting out to film. We may be here illegally, not without a parking pass, in a parking spot. I hope we don't get a ticket. So we were walking over here. So here's the UAF campus map. So if you ever get lost, you can just look at this.
It's right next to the freshman dorms, conveniently.
Yeah, it's like that's the freshman dorm. So you can just walk over here if you really need it. There's everything. All right, now here is.
This isn't nearly the death trap that it used to be.
Yeah, it looks a lot safer than when Mom was a kid. But yeah.
You can run down there and film and see what the displays on. I'm not gonna walk all the way down there.
All right, I will be taking this journey alone. All right, don't get a parking ticket. So pretty trees. It's really hot out today. Nice sunny. Very smoky. I hope the fires have died down when you come over here. Shady car. So, yeah, if you walk over here, this might be where you're eating. That might be a wild guess. But yeah, you got Copper Lane. Now we're gonna walk all the way back up here. Yeah, I might just cut to when I get up there. But yeah. The dorms aren't open. The MBS fire crew checking. Here's a better look at your dorms. Sewer. Yep. News update. We do not have a parking ticket. We are now leaving. Now I will show you a 3D image of the map of UAF. So yeah, here's all the roads and stuff. This is the main building that we're at right here.
This is the dorms.
Yeah, this is your dorms. Yeah, so now come over here. These are all the science places, and then we got the fields. Then yeah.
This is like the commons.
Commons are right there.
Wood Center.
Wood Center, where you can go bowling.
Signers Hall.
That is the Signers Hall.
This is the rec center.
That is the rec center. Yeah. Alright. I think we will be calling it good for this tour. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this is very informative. I hope you enjoyed the 16-minute video. We're gonna wait a couple more seconds, so it's 16 minutes.